Hello there, I'm Ben Wade, and in this UnleashU tutorial, you are going to learn how to register a domain name with Godaddy. We're going to cover setting up your account, picking which features you will need depending on the type of website you're setting up, and how to keep from overspending on unnecessary features. Now keep this in mind before we start. This tutorial will give you a basic idea of the process, but Godaddy changes their screen layout and screen order from time to time. If you get stuck during any part of the process, you can reach out to their customer service and they will help you. However, it doesn't hurt to stay familiar so you can do this stuff yourself instead of wasting time waiting for them to do it. And now, let's dive into how to register a domain name with Godaddy. So the first thing you'll need to do is click the link on our page to go to Godaddy. You'll find the link below this video on our site. As often as possible, we score discounts and bonuses. So be sure to check our site for links, discount codes, and bonus programs so you don't end up paying full price or missing out on any extras. The link for our page will be in the video description if you're not watching this video on UnleashU.com. And clicking that link will bring you to the home page and search screen for Godaddy. Now once you're here at the home screen, the first thing you'll need to do is set up an account if you don't have one already. So go right up here to sign in, and either sign in if you have an account already, or click Create My Account. Now in order to set up an account, it's basically standard fare information. You'll need your email address, you'll need to set up a username and password and a PIN to set up your account. Now once you've set up your account and signed in, you'll notice that up here instead of saying sign in, it'll have your name. That shows you that you're signed into your account. Next thing you'll need to do is go ahead and search for your domain name. Now, just to show you how this works, I'm going to go ahead and use a domain name that you should never use. I'm going to make it absolutely ridiculous just to make sure that it's available. And of course, because that domain name is ridiculous, it's available. Now, once you're at this screen, if you want to just add the .com, go ahead and click Add to Cart here. If you want to add any of the other extensions, they'll be available on the page below. But keep something in mind. While Godaddy is a very good domain registrar, they're also the king of upsells. So they tend to show you stuff that you don't necessarily always need. So here, if you want to get all the other extensions, go ahead. But if you notice, they have a lot of options that you may not need. Just be choosy about it so you don't spend too much. And once you've added what you need to the cart, go ahead and click Continue to Cart. Now on this screen, they give you the option for privacy protection. The way this works is, it's just like phone numbers from back in the day. If you set up a phone number and it wasn't unlisted, that information was publicly available in places like the phone book and later online. Domain names are the same way. The information you use to set up your domain name will be publicly available if you don't make it private. Now for a business, you might not mind having your information publicly available, so you don't need to use privacy protection. However, if this is a home-based business or a blog or something you're setting up from your home, you might not want your information floating around, so go ahead and use privacy protection. Last thing on this screen is they offer email addresses. I usually set that up through my hosting company, and I'll show you how to do that later. So I'm going to opt no thanks. And then click Continue with these options. Once you get to this screen, you're going to notice a total started to add up. So the first thing to look at is how many years they have this reserved for. You notice it starts off with 5 years by default. Now, if this is a business that you own, or your own name especially, and you want to register it for the long term, you could bump this up to 10 years. If this is something that you're just starting off and you're not sure if it's going to catch traction, you can bump it down to 1 year. And it changes your total. Now, as far as any other features, I don't really use anything else. You're free to add anything that you might think you need, but I don't find them to be necessary. Now, one feature I want to touch on specifically is the Go Central Business Plan down here toward the bottom. What this does is it lets you set up a free temporary website, but after a month, they do expect you to start paying a renewal fee for it, so it's not a bad idea to go ahead and remove that before continuing. Then hit Proceed to Checkout. Once you get here, You're one click away from purchasing your domain name, and you're going to have to add your payment method. If you haven't done that yet, you'll need to add it in. If you have, it's going to let you choose it before you place your order. Now, for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm not actually going to purchase the domain name, but what happens next is you'll confirm and purchase the domain name, and then congratulations, you own the domain. And that's all there is to setting up a domain name. Once you click place your order, that domain name is yours. Alright, in the rest of the tutorials coming up, you will learn how to actually build a website a few different ways. The first series is going to cover how to do that with WordPress. Another series will be behind the scenes tutorials on how we created these videos. We'll cover how we built UnleashU.com, which is where we organize all our tutorials so they're easier for you to navigate. Lots of great stuff coming up and you don't want to miss any of it. So be sure to click that like button on our Facebook page. Be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Basically follow us wherever you find us so you never miss a thing. Also like, favorite, comment on, and share this video so other people have an easier time finding it. Alright, thanks for watching and keep an eye out for more tutorials coming up.